Listen, I took a little break from Vanderpump Rules because I listened to Stassi, also known as Hitler Barbie. I listened to her podcast, and I was hurt, so I took a little break from it. But I'm back. However, now that I'm back, I still love the show. I just really want to just give a little shout out to the producers of Vanderpump Rules. I think it's probably Andy Cohen still. I just wanted to give you guys a little shout out and let you know we don't need a 3-part reunion for Vanderpump Rules. Let's be real here. They are not on housewife level. I don't think they'll ever be, but come on. 3 parts for Vanderpump Rules? Why don't you just give Summer House a second season? I was joking. Please don't do that to us. First of all, let's get into the fashions for this reunion. The fashions are a nightmare. Those bad body witches of WeHo look a hot mess. They're sitting up there shaving everybody, being nasty, and talking about everybody in these David's Bridal clearance section dresses. Are you kidding me? This is season 5, and y'all still dress like 14-year-old girls who have one Charlotte Russe in your poor little podunk town. What is going on here? Why don't y'all have no money? Y'all need to boycott. It is sitting up in this terrible like navy blue that does not read well on HD cameras. This whole season I've been telling people about HD cameras. You have to know it looks good on HD cameras. Navy blue will not pick up. It will not be as vibrant as you hope it will be on national TV. You look a hot mess in this robe romper. Old Navy. It's Old Navy. It is giving me Old Navy, Kristen. Do better. Stop letting Hitler Barbie dress you. Lord, I don't know what the Princess of Kentucky is wearing, okay? She looks like she's wearing, you know, them eBay dresses that tie several different ways. It costs $12.99, so you think you're getting a discount, but then you check the shipping and handling. The shipping and handling is $50 because they got to go through customs because your little eBay dress is being shipped from China. Return to sender, Brittany. Return to sender. Then we get to Hitler Barbie in this ox blood wrap dress that she's wearing that looks like she got it out of a sample cell at Filene's basement. Sweetie, you are damn near 30. I think you're already over the 30 mark, but you keep on trying to play the viewers. But anyway, let's play this game, Hitler Barbie. You're damn near 30 and you look a hot mess. This is season 5. Why are you dressing like somebody's nanny? You can't get a Diane von Furstenberg's wrap dress with your Bravo check? Katie looks like she just left a seance that's being staged in Tarzana. What are you wearing? Why are you all of a sudden goth at the reunion? What is going on? Lisa is giving me butch queen tease. Didn't she seem a little like, you know, okay, Vanderpump, what you doing? Ariana was giving me Britney Spears during her Vegas residency. I liked the outfit. I did not like the color. Again, blue just does not show up well on HD cameras. So maybe if it was a different color, a color that popped, I would have liked the outfit more, but I wasn't for it. But the rest was Britney Spears Vegas Pepsi commercial. Go ahead, girl. I liked it. It looks like he parks cars during the commercial break. Jax and Tom look like they're taking a break from their bartending shift over at Sir. And surprisingly, James looked the best out of everybody. And then we have a little intro from Lala, who always sits well in her little outfits. Do it, ma. That married man is doing you well. This is season 5. Y'all have got to do better. There will be a season 6. I'm hoping Hitler Barbie is not on. I mean, it's very easy to replace a villain, but if she is, I hope y'all step up the fashion. Specifically, Ariana and Sheena. But Sheena was looking good, so maybe this divorce is probably going to be a good little storyline for her. Because she already said, oh wait, I got to get into the reunion. But she talks about how she got herself a little, that she's dating somebody. And I'm telling you, I think it's that brother that works over at Pump that Lisa loves so much. I think it's him. Because remember when she walked in with Shay? I done forgot his name already. Sorry, Shay. When she walked into that little fundraiser with Shay, and he was like, you look great. And she do got them big hips. You know, black men love a big behind and wide hips. To them, it means fertility. You know what I mean? Like, white dudes love boobs because it's like what they're attracted to, because white women look fertile to them because they got big boobs and it makes their loins go, you know, a certain way. With black and Hispanic men, it's hips and butts, and Italian men too. There have been a few Italian men in my past where I'm just like, oh really? Anyway, Moving on, telling my tea. Welcome to my shade cup. I love how when the reunion starts, Andy says hi to everybody but Kristen. Let me tell you something. There ain't a shadier queen at Bravo than Andy Cohen. Yes, Andy, shade that demonic housemates. Ooh, ah, ah. They are so gross. Then we get this whole like Kristen and Brittany slept with each other denial. Listen, conservative Kentucky, Brittany munches carpet and she gets her carpet munched by heifers in LA that look like they are coked up giraffes. It happens. Move on, Brittany. You did it. You ate a girl and you liked it. Woo! I'm having a good time with my little smoothie. Andy asked Sheena if she regrets getting her prenup. And I like Sheena's answer. She was like, no, I loved him. Like, I thought that I was going to be in it forever. Then Vanderpump jumps in and she's just like, oh no, you should have gotten a prenup. And I'm like, Lisa, shut up. You are too involved in these people's lives. Like, you have your husband, you got your kids, you got your business, you got that house with them business doors. Like, mind your business. You got a zoo at your damn house. Worry about that zoo and get out of everybody's business. Like, she wouldn't even let Sheena answer the question before she butted in with what Sheena should have done. She loves Shay. Sheena wasn't thinking about money. Unlike you, when you marry, I was gonna call him Father Time. But come on, Lisa, you married that man for his money. We all know what it is. Y'all probably fell in love later in life, but Sheena wasn't thinking about the coins when she got with Shay. She knew him when she was a kid. Like, they were really in love. Things fall apart. You should have got a prenup though, girl. It's LA. You know how they do out here. Girl, so Brittany and Jax got evicted because Andy was asking, I think Brittany was saying something about how they had to move out of their apartment, and Andy, you know that messy queen. Andy was like, what happened? And so Brittany started telling them about how Jax basically got them evicted. I don't know if it was for like not paying rent, but I think that Jax was just a problem tenant. And he basically got them put out of their place, evicted. And the way Jax spoke to Brittany, I still, even though I'm not a fan of Brittany, the Witches, the WeHo, them bad body heifers, even though I'm not a fan of any of them, and Brittany, sorry, you're collateral damage, especially since you and your mother them homosexual comments. You ain't never gonna be on my list of people that I like. Sucks for you. Anyway, she, even though I'm not a fan, I still did not appreciate how Jack spoke to her. I still think that this is a toxic relationship because the way he was speaking to her, he kept on saying, be very clear. Make sure you're very clear. He cut his eyes over to her and she started stuttering and changing the story. I was just like, I feel like, what's one of them sites? I feel like Wet Paint or probably Perez Hilton or maybe even TMZ is going to get a story about this couple later on down the road, and it's going to be exactly what I told y'all it was. So when it comes out in the blogs or whatever, in them gossip sites, I want y'all to come back to my reviews and remember who saw it first. Moi. All jokes aside, Brittany, Kristen, I could not listen to anything that you said this entire reunion because something is going on with your fillers. Whatever you're doing with your lips, please stop. Like, it looks like you're smelling something rank. It's your soul that you're smelling. We get on the subject of Tom's Little Tom, and I am already disgusted, so I'm not going to speak on it. No, we get on the subject of Orlando and how the rest of the cast reacted. And I'm telling you, this whole time I could not stop rolling my eyes. The straights were afraid that they would be targeted at gay pride. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, really? Stassi, there were tanks. You know what, Hitler Barbie? I wish one of them imaginary tanks that you saw would have ran your little white supremacist behind over. I am so upset about that podcast, guys. I was very disappointed. And in everybody's response, I really appreciated Ariana's response about Orlando because she was just like, I still went. I went as an ally. I went as somebody who was a supporter of this community, and I was going to stand with them. If they were out there standing and having a good time and showing that they are not afraid, I as an ally am going to stand with them. And that's the type of ally that you need. Not making yourself the center of a tragedy within a disadvantaged community. And I don't feel like they were worried about their safety. I felt felt like they wanted to make the situation about them, so they sat home and they were calling their parents and all, being all afraid or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. The rest of the group I couldn't deal with. I was really proud of those of the Vanderpump workers who served that pump, who still went to the Pride Parade in LA. Shout out to them. All this serious Orlando talk. Jack says to Andy, "What does the Q in LGBTQ mean?" And Andy's just like, "Oh, well, it means questioning." And so Jax was like, "Oh, so it means me." And girl, did you see Britney's face? Guess what, Miss Kentucky? You came out to LA and snagged yourself a bottom. Stay woke, sis. So Andy then, after all of this, introduces Lala back into the show, and she's there for the reunion. And I like the new and improved Lala because she is standing up for herself. She is not taking Katie's mess. She is not taking any of them other bad body broads' mess. Because even Stassi tries to come at her, and she's just like, "Oh, you said that I dress old." Listen, we've all said it, Stassi. You dress elderly. You don't even dress old girl fly. Like, you're not even on Golden Girls level. You are like, you know what? You dress casket ready. Yes, that's how you dress. Every time I see you come on my screen, I'm just like, "Oh, Stassi, here's Miss Stassi. Rest in peace." So then her and Stassi start to get into it, and then Lala looks over at Stassi. She's just like, watch yourself real quick. And let me tell you something, if you're not from the streets, you don't know what that means. But it seems like Lala has banged enough brothers to know what that means, because the way she said it to her, I said she understands the meaning. And watch yourself real quick means you better shut up, because instead of getting my voice, you're going to get these hands. And Stassi, listen. I really like Lala. I love, like, this entire reunion. She stood up to them Charlotte Russe goblins and did not back down, not for once. There was no tear shed. I was really, really proud of her. I wish we got this girl the entire season, and I wish that she would reconsider about not being a cast member on this show, because she's so interesting. I feel like her and Ariana will be a force to reckon with on this show. So after Lala pulls the watch yourself real quick, the Charlotte Russe goblins gets all upset, and they morph into one big Charlotte Russe goblin and start coming after her and like just saying just terrible things. And then emotional Tom Sandoval jumps in. I love Tom, but he's so emotional for no reason. Like, he got really upset, and he's just like, "Stop it. You guys are so mean to her. She's a good person." And I'm like, Tom, chill. Calm down, sweetie. It wasn't that serious. Chill, girl. Sorry, Katie looks a mess. Her outfit is such a disappointment. Every time the camera focuses on Katie, I shed a little tear. You know what I mean? I'm always really hurt by the fashion choices that are made by the women in this show. And especially Katie. You have a fashion blog or a beauty blog or whatever, but you can't tell nobody how to do their makeup, and the only thing you seem to have mastered is a prepubescent cat eye. Like, girl, sit down, Katie. So then Katie starts to, fall apart about being fat shamed. Listen, shaming anybody for anything, I'm not for it. I'm not for people being mean to people tearing other people down. You girls have been dreadful the entire time you have been on this show. So to sit here and break down about somebody fat shaming you when you have a vagina shamed Lala, you have talked about everybody. You have torn every person on this cast down, even the hoes that you're supposed to be best friends with. So to shed a tear, even though fat shaming is wrong, nobody cares because it's directed towards you. You have been awful. And now you want people to feel compassion? Nope. And you know who else did not feel compassion? Tom Sandoval, because he cussed her out. Tom Sandoval has had it with the witches of WeHo, and I stand by him going off on them broads every time. Speaking Spanish is dreadful. It's very jarring. It's triggering. Andy, do not ever do it again, because Andy goes in the back and he gets the, the cooks who cook at are of Mexican descent, and he's trying to speak to them in Spanish and get their take on the women in the show and on just the people in the show in general. And he's trying to speak to them, and it's so bad. It's like, que hora es una vaquito pasiva. Like, what are you saying, Andy? No. Thank God for the subtitles because we were all lost with whatever he was trying to say and communicate to the cooks. And shout out to the cooks. I really appreciate you guys saying what you need to say to keep your job because every season, every time we get a reunion with these people, Andy goes and speaks to the cooks and they all talk about how sexy Lisa Vanderpump is. We know they lying. I know y'all lying. I know y'all just trying to keep your job. Fight the power. Speaking of the cooking staff, Lisa Vanderpump, I hope that you voted wisely because who the hell gonna run that kitchen? Not you. I don't want you and your seasonless behind making any goat cheese balls at sir. Lisa and these mannequin lips. Listen, Miss Vanderpump, whatever you are doing to your face, stop. Then we get this whole scene about James and Ellie, the girl who's been trying to get on Vanderpump Rules since it started, and then the cast starts talking about how they said they're going to sleep with people to get on the show and that Ellie would do anything to get on the show. I'm over it. I do believe that James slept with Ellie. I do also believe that Ellie is probably using an old pic of James to give herself a storyline to be of some relevance on the show. It's a dead horse and I feel like we beat it enough. Let's move on. Ellie, you're not going to be a cast member. You have done the bare minimum. Like opening up your legs to James is very easy. It's difficult if you have any type of class, but girl, you on Vanderpump Rules. So anyway, it's not gonna happen, sis. I think you just need to let it go because James starts getting really upset. You know, when James gets upset, Cockney James comes out. He's like, oh, she's a bloody lawyer. You know how he gets when he gets really upset. So Andy moves away from this situation because nobody can stand or handle Cockney James. So then we get this pylon scene from the Charlotte Russe Goblins. They start coming after Sheena with how she was acting the whole season. And let me tell you something. I don't know what chutzpah juice these broads was drinking backstage, but Sheena was not backing down. She was cussing out everybody from Kristen on down to Katie. She was not backing down. And I was so proud of her. But just like Lala, I wish I would have seen this Sheena throughout the season and not at the reunion. Why does everybody bring their A game to reunions? This needs to be in their contracts. And for people who are coming back next season, it needs to be some type of clause where the chutzpah that you bring at the reunion, you have to bring all season or you will not be invited back to the show. Because I am loving the people who are not those bad body goblins. I'm loving those people, those cast members now, and I really couldn't stand them throughout the season because I just did not like how they were allowing themselves to be walked over, but I'm loving them now. So I really hope that there's some type of clause where it's just like, y'all better bring it every damn episode and not just the reunion. So then after the whole pylon, Katie and Lala get into it, and Andy tries to figure out what was their actual beef. And then at the end of the day, Katie tries to make it seem like she didn't like the things that Lala was saying about Schwartz. Don't nobody want Schwartz but you and Jax. Anyway, she tries to make it seem like that was it. But at the end of the day, to just be really clear and honest here, Katie, you are jealous of Lala because how Lala looks. You know what I mean? For somebody who has struggled with their weight, like how you were saying that you feel a certain way about your body, you have your own insecurities, you just projected all of those things that you hated about yourself on this young woman. And it was wrong. It was really, really wrong because even when Katie apologizes to Lala, she like breaks down. And I feel so bad for her because I feel like these girls really broke her down. I feel like because of how Lala looks and probably the attention she has gotten from men her entire life, she's probably always encountered girls like this. And the goblins of WeHo are a reminder of probably what her high school was like, you know what I mean? Of just a large part of her life. So I really feel bad for her, and I'm hoping that if she does come back next season that her, Ariana, and Sheena are able to be like this strong clique, like the good witches. You know what I mean? We always need that good witch to come and drop a house on the demonic witches. So I'm hoping that maybe they can all come back together strong. I don't know. If they don't come back, I really, really hope that there is a strong female cast member that is not just Ariana in the show who can take on the goblins of Charlotte Russe. I really, really hope that we can have a character like that because I would like to see Ariana team up with somebody. If it's not going to be Sheena, if it's not going to be Lala, I really would like her to team up with a strong character to really go at these girls because their behavior is terrible. It's so terrible. It's so horrible. And now that Stassi has been exposed to be Hitler Barbie, I really want them heifers taken out. So get on it, Andy. Get on it. Anyway, that's where this reunion ends. I'm going to watch the next reunion, and then I'll review it for you guys. So please come back for the second part of the, what is this freaking show? Vanderpump Rules reunion. This is part 1. I'm about to do part 2. Stay tuned. Bye.